today with a special Easter Craft-Along collaboration. So a group of us got together and decided to do crafts that are Easter themed, so not necessarily scrapbooking. Lots of things can be included. So I will post the link to everybody's videos in the description, so make sure you go give them some love as well. I know Natalie, Tuesday, Caitlin, and Laura are YouTubers that I love their work and have seen a ton of it, so make sure you go give them that love. Anyway, I'm going to be using some Creative Memories papers here. That floral paper right there is the Mix and Match blue paper. And then I cut my 2 different size photos and put it on that dot paper, which is also the Creative Memories Mix and Match blue as well. And I'm going to ink it with my Memento Dewdrop Gray Flannel ink, just because I like that it's lighter than black. This is an Easter layout, so I decided I wanted to use a little bit of vellum on it to add a little bit of sweet softness to the page. That is from the Paper Studio, the 12 by 12 vellum pack. And what I'm doing here now is I'm using die cuts from the Cheeky Studio Easter 2018 ephemera pack. Just so you know, there's nothing with a date on it in this ephemera pack. The only thing that has a date in all of that Easter 2018 collection is one of the flare has a 2018 on it, which I'm still scrapping an awful lot of 2018, so that doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just playing around a little bit here. Wanted to get that sweet bunny on this layout for sure, because he's so cute, and the soft colors here just lend themselves to the blue of the paper as well. And I'm playing a little bit with that die cut up there with like that ribbon holding some foliage, and I wanted to put more behind it, maybe to make it have more of a little more presence, but the scales were off compared to what that was of all the pieces I tried. So I stopped and let it be as it was. I just added that Delight cut apart from the Cheeky Studio Wildflowers cut apart labels down at the bottom. I'm still playing again with that that piece there. So I decided maybe to go for some dimension, and that's when I grabbed that leaf flare there from the Cheeky Studio Winter Flowers flare. And then I took the other flare that had been at the top with the succulent on it, and it looks like a flower, but it is actually a succulent. That's from the Cheeky Studio Sweet Succulents flare pack, and I put that in the bottom. Now I'm looking to see if I can add in one more element, maybe to that bottom piece there, and I was going into the Sweet Succulent cut apart. I think it's the labels. I ended up not using this, though. I'll spoil this because I'm going to kind of take it and move it around a little bit. It was a little bit too purpley blue for this. It would have been the only kind of purpley blue on this layout, and I didn't love that so much. So I'm trying another label as well down there, but I decide that it's too many words then down there, and I'm okay with the Delight because the background of those photos, these are old photos, they're from Easter of 2002, which was the first formal kind of dinner I did with my china and all of that. And this is a house that I lived in New Mexico. I don't even live anywhere near there anymore, so it's got great memories of the house and that dinner and the people. Some of the people actually in that that were at that dinner have passed away, as a matter of fact. So good memories. What I'm doing there is I'm thinking about another flare at the top, and I'm using that Cheeky Studio die cut there, and I've been doing this a little bit more lately, that I'm putting the die cuts that I put on the top cluster off the edge of the page. I'm just liking breaking the 12 by 12 square a little bit. So thinking, I was trying some Echo Park. I thought I'd try that little Echo Park bunny, but he's so graphic. All that Echo Park stuff is very graphic compared to the sweet softness of the ephemera and the Creative Memories papers that I'm using, so it just didn't work. So I'm going back, and I'm still trying to add something into that cluster on the right, and it's just not working. And I also need something else at the cluster on the top there. So that's the Sweet Succulents, just in case I didn't say that, ephemera from Cheeky Studio. I did like that blue succulent. It matches the one that's in the bottom flare, but I didn't have, I've used any of the smaller ones up already. I would have had to cut that one apart, and I don't know. I decided, yeah, I liked it up there, but maybe not enough to destroy that sweet row. And I could have, you know, that would have been fine. So just looking up a couple of things here. You guys, I will try to remember to post the links to all of the Cheeky Studio pieces in my description. If I don't and you're wondering, A, you can just let me know, or B, just go to cheekystudio.com and they'll have all that there as well. I'm not one of the design team members for them, just in case this is your first video you've ever seen. So this is not an official layout there, but I use so much of it, and it's not in stores per se, so I thought it might be nice for you to know where I got it. All right, so I decided that cluster is fine, that I need to start thinking about smaller elements in it, and I'm going to leave it alone and not put any more big elements down. So now I'm going to start gluing down, and I'm sorry that's a little bit off the bottom there. I had my camera pulled in really close here. So that that's there. So I like how that Delight grounds the dark photos. There's another little bit of a dark element on the page, and I will work to bring some more darker things into the page because right now it's very light, to help kind of balance off those dark photos. Those were taken, like I said, in 2002. I didn't even own a digital camera at this point. It was all film still. So yeah, and my photography has improved quite a bit as well. So now I'm adding these little flowers in. Remember I said I was going to find some dark elements for you. Those come from the Crepe Paper Maggie Holmes Willow Lane stickers, and that is something that was in the August 2018 Cheeky Studio kit, but you can also get them as is that heart, by the way. That came from the Willow Lane sticker sheet as well, or sticker sheets. So I'm adding in some. I didn't have any more flowers, so no, or I think I only had one more flower or two more flowers, and I just decided they were too big, so then I just added in hearts there, and then I decided that the 3 hearts were too many, so I'm going to take 2 of them off. I just did that there and just add 1. So now, you know, I have kind of 1 dark element at the top. I have 2, but that's just because of, you know, I had room for them up there. Then I'm going to go through here, and these are sequins from the Cheeky Studio 2018 collection here, and I will add those in, you know, add a few in, and I'm trying to use some of the darker sequins as well as lighter sequins. This is a beautiful mix. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. And you know what a hard time it is for us to find like good navies or blues. This is a beautiful mix, so that if you want some of that on your page, you can do that. And that's how I'm using them here, is I'm just adding some darker elements here. So you guys, I don't use a ton of Creative Memories product, but I do like their monochromatic packs. I think I've talked about this before. I have a friend who is a Creative Memories consultant, and so I get their emails and that kind of stuff. And they just do beautiful things with monochromatic packs for sure. It is thinner paper because it's meant to go on their pages. I sometimes will mount the pages, especially if I gut them, onto another piece of cardstock. In this case, I think I'm just going to wait, because I think once it's in the page protector and backed against another layout, I think it will be fine. We'll see. Kind of have to, you know, think about that a little bit. And this is going into a very old album, so I might end up just grabbing some more photos from that day and scrapbooking those as well, just so this isn't sitting by itself and I end up with a space in my layout. All right, so I think what I'm doing now that I have the sequins on there, and I think I'll glue them, I think, after I'm all done here, so you don't have to watch that, is I'm looking for an alphabet to use, and I'm thinking black, because again, those photos are so dark, and yes, they're totally bringing my eye to the page there, but I think I need something else I think I need something else on the page that has a major darkness to it around it to sort of help make it blend. Now the sequins are helping, and the dark flowers and hearts are helping as well, but just one more element. And I really like the way this works. This is a chipboard alpha from American Crafts. They are chipboard thickers. They're the Rockabye font, and they're glitter, a black glitter. I will, when I'm all done with this, go through and glue them down. I'm not going to make you watch that process though, because that's a little boring. All right, guys, so I am just about done. There's the still shot and a couple detail shots. Don't forget to check out my description and go give the other ladies in the craft along some love. Happy Easter, everybody. Bye!